You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and The Restless fans, I've got your 2-week spoilers for December 30th through January 10th, 2025. Victor is threatening, Nick is terrified, and Daniel is stunned. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click subscribe. This week, we have just 3 new episodes of Y&R Monday, Thursday, and Friday. It is preempted on New Year's Eve for sports in Mountain and Pacific, and then in Eastern and Central, there will be a rerun. There is a rerun in all time zones on New Year's Day. Let's talk about what you're going to see this week in a very short week of just a few episodes. On Monday, December 30th, Claire comes over to celebrate New Year's Eve with her grandparents, Victor and Nikki, who are worried about Nick and his involvement with Sharon. Kyle had to postpone his New Year's plans with Claire because he and Harrison are sick. Victoria's been sick too. Nick and Faith update Claire and Victor and Nikki about the GCPD reopening the investigation into Heather's murder, and also Claire's quite happy that Cole was offered a job at the family company. Danny is fighting weather to get to Christine before the ball drops at midnight at the GCAC, and Cricket's there spending time with Lauren and Michael, and they're all stressed out to see Phyllis with Daniel and Summer there because they know it's going to be drama. And Phyllis comes up and insults her about Danny dumping Cricket for a groupie, and that's all thrown in her face when Danny does show up, happy that he made it in time to see Christine before the ball drops. They canoodle. Phyllis's kids have to drag her away. Diane and Jack join the party with Tracy, and Phyllis eavesdrops as Michael gives Christine an update on the case, and Phyllis flips out when she finds out that the cops have reopened the case. Her kids get annoyed with her, so she storms out angry. Mariah, Nick, Faith, and Sharon plan to drive separately to meet at Society for New Year's Eve. Nick is with Faith. The other two are driving apart. Ian and Jordan, meanwhile, are plotting 2 kidnappings. Ian drugs Tessa and grabs her up as Mariah shows up shocked to see him with his hands on her wife and to see him even in Genoa City. And Sharon's taken off guard by Jordan creeping up behind her with chloroform. But of course, we all know that it's Claire that Jordan really wants to take. On Tuesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, we're going to get an encore episode in some markets. And this is going to be a rerun from November 8th of this year, when Abby is thrilled to find out she and Devon will be getting married at her dad's new house. That's the same day that Victor shows Nikki the brand new ranch house that he rebuilt to replace the one Sharon burned down during a bipolar spiral. Wednesday, January 1st, New Year's Day. It's a rerun of a much older episode from April of 2006. Brad is with Victoria, but she's keeping a secret while Jack is dealing with problems at Jabot, and Phyllis has been cheating with Nick, so Sharon confronts her rival for this treachery, and I'm sure this is to just remind us more of the Sharon versus Phyllis stuff, because that's going to be amping up more as we go along. Thursday, January 2nd, brand new episodes. Nick finds out something stunning. Sharon's not where she's supposed to be. Mariah's not where she's supposed to be. Tessa is missing, and I'm guessing Nick and Faith are going to figure this stuff out pretty quick. Probably Abby as well, because Tessa just stepped outside to get some fresh air, and then she's gone. And of course, Mariah's past is back to haunt her in a huge way because Ian is targeting their family again. Meanwhile, Jordan is looking at a new victim, and probably it's going to be Claire. She really is angering Jordan. Jordan wants to crush Claire's shiny new life with that Abbott boy and all that. But it won't happen yet, because on Friday, January 3rd, Kyle catches up with Claire and they celebrate the New Year's they missed together while he was dealing with a sick kid. Ian's presence becomes known in Genoa City, and Victor threatens him on Friday. And also, Phyllis tells Daniel a secret. The week of January 6th through 10th, we're going to be back to 5 full episodes this week after 2 weeks of scant episodes, Christmas week and New Year's week. So I'm excited about this. So Claire's at risk from the ongoing threat of Jordan. And the thing is, she has no idea that her crazy great aunt is nearby and watching her, which is what she's doing constantly. Now that Ian is no longer a secret in Genoa City, the question remains, how long can Jordan stay hidden? And the thing is, unless they have proof against him of doing a crime, like if he did a really good job getting Mariah and Tessa away from there and they don't know that he took them, they can't really do anything because he served his time and I presume he's out on parole. He might even be off parole. Phyllis keeps on spiraling with no idea that she is on Ian and Jordan's radar to use as some sort of scapegoat for some of these crimes they're engaged in. And with Phyllis continuing to rant about Sharon and make threats about Sharon, all she's doing is making herself a bigger target for the two actual villains in town. Sharon and Mariah definitely face some danger, and this is somebody they thought was long gone from their lives. Nobody expected to see Ian back. I believe they assumed he would be in prison a good long time. Now, he's been known to slip out, so when they see him, they might think he's escaped, so they might be a little upset to find out that he's not escaped and they can't get him picked back up without proof of a new crime. Nick is, of course, absolutely upset to find out that his fears were justified. Remember, he was very worried about Sharon being out on her own. He was worried that the real killer that was in the room was going to come back for her. And now his family's at risk, and he was right. And that fear didn't do him any good because he wasn't able to stop this all from happening. But hopefully he'll be a white knight for them. Christine is very happy to be reunited with Michael. They're going to stay a little bit, not too over long. And even Phyllis's over-the-top jealousy cannot dim Cricket's joy. And I just hope Phyllis doesn't, after all this Sharon drama is over, isn't back to desperately throwing herself at Michael. That was just so cringe when she was, showing up in coats with nothing under them and just throwing herself at him while he kept trying to throw her away. Meanwhile, Summer and Daniel are stunned when they find out soon that Sharon is truly innocent. They've been taking a wait and see approach. They haven't been as over the top as Phyllis, but Daniel still wants justice for Heather, of course. And as far as they knew, Sharon did do this. So once the evidence starts coming in and once we find out about Ian and word spreads, then I think they are going to accept it a lot more readily than Phyllis will. She's not going to accept this till the bitter end, and that anger is not going to serve her well.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.